So I'm pre-recording this from yesterday for today. With all the shortages of food, people will be back down to basics on what to cook. And quite often they'll be left with things in their pantry and they won't know what to do. Now there's takeaway food shops, you know, if you've got no food, if you've got money, you know, people will be living on that, going through the drive-through and things like that. I don't think we have to worry too much about having no food. But people like me with a compromised immune system, I'm keen just to keep away from everybody and everything. I'm going to give you some of the things that I do with limited food, limited money, and hopefully it will help someone. So these are basically things that you can make with 2 ingredients in your home. I buy whipping cream and I freeze the container until I have to make milk. So when I put it in here, it's going to look like it's curdled because I've frozen it. And that doesn't matter to the end product whatsoever. So today I'm going to make some butter. So basically to make butter, all you do is pop some cream in there. Okay, however much you want. That would probably be a small container of cream, and you just beat it. You can see it's separated, as I said, because of the fact that it's been frozen. And you just keep whipping. That's as fast as I can do it because it'll all start splatting cream everywhere. Just have to let that go. I don't have a cover. This is just a mini. My daughter bought it for me for Christmas, which I was really grateful about. And that's it. So the best thing about making butter, which that takes about, I don't know, a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes I guess to make. But the good thing about making butter is you get buttermilk. And buttermilk means you can make all of these things without eggs. You can make pancakes, you can make biscuits or scones as they call them. You can use buttermilk in everything where you'd use butter and milk, really. People make it for like their coffee. I put it in my coffee, the milk, buttermilk. I don't mind because keto coffee uses buttermilk, that's fine. And you can use it in your cooking wherever you use milk, that's fine. So you're actually getting butter and milk for a cheap price. So I'll show you the finished product when it's done, the butter. So you have to refrigerate it though because it's made of cream and salt. Just make sure you keep it in the fridge and just take out what you need for a couple of days because you don't want it to go off. So I'm going to take you through some things. Yesterday I made pizza dough. I made flatbread, but you can make that into a pizza dough. Just don't roll it as thin. So make the balls a little bit bigger. So I'll show you a little bit of that now. So now I've just put some ghee in there. Some ghee. And it's probably not hot enough yet, but I'm going to put it in anyway. Okay. Just going to have this with a bit of hummus. Okay? Just going to sit outside. I actually like these just as they are, really. So I'll just cut it up. I'm just going to take this out and have some hummus and bread. So with yogurt and flour, you can make pizza bases, you can make pita bread, anything that's a dough, really. You can sprinkle them with cheese and make a savoury roll it up and cut it into slices, put it into the oven. You can put meat on there if you want to eat meat, roll them up, make them like little pizza scrolls. You know how you just roll it up like a Swiss roll? You can do that. Just like pastry sheets, really. Make cheese twists, twist them up, make them into cheese twists, anything like a pastry sheet. If you've got pastry sheets, you can do that as well. Some pasta sauce on the bottom with some spinach, some artichokes, some avocado, I don't know, sun-dried tomato. I'm just putting over some lime that I just picked from the garden. Squeeze some lime over with the flavour. And I'll put some cheese on. Looks like a lot of cheese, but it's not because the cheese is really fine. We've got crickets in the house. The sound drives me crazy. Someone's left the door open and it's jumped in. That's not cool. My pizza's ready, so I'm gonna go eat it. If you've got like a cake mix, any sort of cake mix in your house, you can actually put the cake mix and then add a jar of apple sauce, mix it up and bake it. Or you can add pumpkin, or you can add a jar of pineapple if you want a really sweet cake. You don't need anything else, that's it. Just use your cake mix and a jar of apple sauce or a jar of some sort of fruit that you want, and that makes a really quick and easy cake if you've got those things in there. If you need eggs, don't forget about, look up egg replacements online. You can use applesauce, chia seeds, flax seeds, banana, applesauce, pumpkin. These are all egg replacements that will make your cake rise. Yeah, if you have got eggs, well, whip those eggs up. Now you can make a souffle, you can make those jiggly pancakes. You can put air in anything with a bunch of eggs. If you add Nutella, like a jar of Nutella, to 4 whipped eggs, you've got a cake. You know, you cook it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes and you'll have a cake. Speaking of cake, brownies, if you've got pumpkin, now pumpkins are about to come in season here. My pumpkins are growing out there, so I'll make pumpkin brownies. I'll get a bunch of nuts, blitz them in the food processor to make nut butter. So you need a cup of nut butter, so you can use anything. You can use Nutella, you can use almond butter, you can use peanut butter. Put that with a bit of cocoa and a cup of pumpkin or sweet potato if you want, and you bake that in the oven and you can make brownies. You can make chocolate with coconut oil if you're into coconut oil, and a bit of honey and a bit of cocoa. Spread it out, makes the most delicious natural chocolate. If you use the recipe, I'll put a card above now. Check that out, and the chocolate frosting makes the most delicious chocolate. If you've got dates, whip up some shredded coconut to make coconut butter with a bit of oil, coconut oil, and you can put dates with coconut butter, and you've got some date balls, nice and sweet. What else can you do? Frozen bananas. If there's an excess of bananas in your area, freeze them, food process them into ice cream. Add some peanut butter and you've got peanut butter ice cream. Add some avocado and you've got avocado ice cream. It's actually quite delicious if you like avocado and the taste of it. I actually really love it. You can make pasta with 2 ingredients, flour and egg. Two cups and 4 eggs. I don't actually like my pasta that doughy, that eggy. So I usually use 2 cups and 3 eggs. You simply put it down to the next one. And then a couple of thinner ones. It is a bit tricky making it by yourself. And you just put that onto a floured paper. So there's my pasta. I'll cook that I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. I'm sure you can look up some recipes online, but that's what we're having today. You can make all sorts of things with 2 ingredients. Mug cakes are a particular thing at the moment. If you want your kids to bake some things, look up mug cakes and mug meals. You can actually make a pizza in a mug. There's so much on the internet. You don't really need to think, what am I going to do? While I'm at home, what am I going to do? I'm going to learn how to make sourdough. So I'm going to try and make a starter. So this cream's thickening up now. I'm going to make it a bit faster. Hear it getting sloppy? If you don't turn it down, it'll spray everywhere. There we go. So I let that all catch into there like that. It's really a good thing. Let it all catch in there. Lift it up, and that's the buttermilk that you can use anywhere, and the butter is sitting up in there. Okay, so I've strained what was left in there, and now I'm going to continue to beat this a little bit more. If you want, you can actually whip that. If you want, you can actually just keep whipping that. You know how you buy whipped butter, margarine? They add water to it. Some people add oil. If you wanted to make an oil butter mix, you can add some like olive oil now. Makes it go further. But if you just put water with that now, it'll actually whip it up to like a really whipped butter. I remember when whipped butter was a thing. Anyway, that's what that'll do. So just keep whipping that now. To get rid of all the rest of the water in it. See how there's more down there? This will be the last beat. Okay, and the butter's starting to sort of like come away from it, and it looks like butter. That's it. There's no liquid now. Now what I'll do is I'll put some salt in there. I don't know. Depends on how much butter you have, but you know, do it to taste. You can taste the butter if you want, but I'll probably put about 1/4 teaspoon in that. Maybe a bit less. And that's it. I'll mix it through. And out of $1.50 of butter, or cream, out of $1.50's worth of cream, I've also got milk and $2 worth of butter. So I'm just finishing off the last little bit of the butter of what was in that container of cream, and I've probably got about 750 grams of butter, which is pretty good. It'll last a while. But this morning's outing to try and get toilet paper and just this bit, and I've cleaned up my desk just a little bit here while I've been waiting for the cream to beat. I'm ready for bed now, so it's time for me to go for a rest. It's 1:45. That's about normal for me. So yeah, I got up early, about 6:30 actually. I'll go down, lay down, and I'll rest, and I'll probably fall asleep and just have a little bit of a nap. And I was going to make pasta, homemade pasta for dinner, but it looks like we'll be using that dough that I made and making up pizzas instead. So just the yogurt dough, the yogurt and flour. because I made up already the pasta topping with the beef today, so I've got half a jar of pasta sauce, so I'll make some pizzas. And we usually just have pizzas with just the pasta sauce, maybe some cheese and some herbs from the garden, nothing special, but I do have some pepperoni there, so usually you'll be happy. I don't eat that stuff. Alright, but I bought it for her because I know that she likes a little bit of it, and I don't mind her having a little bit, but I don't like processed meats. Okay, I'm ready for bed, just waiting for this cream to finish. It should be by 10 to 1 I'll be laying down. Yep, I have the energy for 2 or 3 hours and then I have to go and lay down. That's about right. See you later, warriors and canarias.